Would Katniss have actually eaten the berries? Yes. Katniss pulling out the berries and deciding to use the nightlock was rooted in the hope that the game makers would decide that Peeta and her could both survive. But she was ready to die if that was not the case. The berries had actually already passed her lips when Claudius Templesmith announces that there will be 2 winners. She actually has to spit them out and wipe her tongue because they have touched her mouth. Katniss did not want to kill Peeta. Her first instinct when it was said that there would only be one victor was to kill him. But a lot of that is rooted in the fact that she thought that he was going to try to kill her first. Peeta actually tells Katniss to kill him, and she says, "No, you kill me," and hands him her weapons. She says, "You shoot me and live with it." And she means that. She knows that death right there would be easier than going home. Peeta rips a bandage off of his leg in an attempt to end his life faster. Katniss says, "You're not leaving me here alone," and then thinks, because if he dies, I will never go home. Not really. I'll spend the rest of my life in this arena trying to think my way out. Is this because she cares for Peeta? Obviously. But there's another thing that we need to talk about, which is that killing your district partner in the Hunger Games is extremely frowned upon. Which makes complete sense. Going home back to your district after killing your own district partner would feel like a nightmare. When Katniss goes on the victory tour, she struggles immensely with her guilt. She describes going to districts 2 and 1 as their own special kind of awful. She thinks that Cato and Clove both might have made it home if it weren't for her and Peeta. It's not true, but that's what she thinks. And she was personally responsible for both of the District 1 tributes' deaths. Glimmer from the Tracker Jackers, and Marvel was the one who killed Rue. And she feels this awful just going to visit these districts. So imagine living that every single day. Every single day after killing your district partner, you would have to face the reality that you did it. You wouldn't be able to hide from it. District 12 is not a huge district, so there would be absolutely no way that Katniss could ever avoid all reminders of Peeta. Along with that, she would never actually be able to forget him. And the topic of not being able to kill your district partner comes up once again in Catching Fire. When Katniss and Peeta watch Haymitch's games, the topic comes up in regard to Haymitch and Maisley, who have started an alliance. When they become allies, Katniss thinks, and there they are, instantly drawn into one of those pacts you'd be hard-pressed to break if you ever expect to go home and face your district. And when their alliance splits up, Maisley says, "I don't want it to come down to just you and me." But the berries are more than just that. It's more than just Katniss's affection for Peeta that she doesn't understand, and it's more than just not wanting to kill her district partner and return home. This is one of her first knowing acts of rebellion against the Capitol. Not an act of rebellion that's meant to feed her family, an act of rebellion that's meant to do something. She thinks we both know they need to have a victor. Yes, they have to have a victor. Without a victor, the whole thing would blow up in the game makers' faces. They'd have failed the Capitol, might possibly even be executed slowly and painfully while the cameras broadcasted to every screen in the country. And Katniss was ready to die for this rebellion. Right before the berries pass her lips, she says how she takes one last look at the world because she doesn't think that they're gonna stop her and Peeta. The berries were so many things wrapped into one. They were her inability to kill Peeta. The fact that she couldn't return home if she killed Peeta because she wouldn't be able to live with herself. They were guilt, but they were rebellion. And in those final moments, Katniss decided that she would rather die than not eat those berries. She was ready to die, as long as she didn't have to kill Peeta. And if she did die, she would have ruined the 74th Hunger Games. She would have outsmarted the Capitol. She outsmarted the Capitol by being declared a victor, but she would have also outsmarted them by dying from the berries. So although Katniss was looking for survival for both her and Peeta with these berries, she was fully prepared to eat them. Within only a few moments, she had accepted her death.